Sandusky, Ohio is situated on the shores of Lake Erie, halfway between Toledo to the west and Cleveland to the east. Sandusky is one of Ohio's most popular tourist destinations, offering sun-soaked beaches, as well as Cedar Point Amusement Park, which boasts Top Thrill Dragster, the world's second tallest and second fastest roller coaster. Fort Sandusky was established in 1794 as a British trading and military outpost. The Seneca Indians that inhabited the area called it Santucci, or cold water, which was later translated to Sandusky. Sandusky was immortalized as a major stop on the Underground Railroad in Harriet Beecher Stowe's historical novel Uncle Tom's Cabin, when slaves seeking freedom in Canada boarded boats to cross Lake Erie to the port of Amherstburg in Ontario. Sandusky's small-town reputation has frequently been featured on the large and small screens. In the film Some Like It Hot, Marilyn Monroe's character, Sugar Cane, is from Sandusky.
I'm Sugar Cane.
Hi. Sugar Cane?
Yeah, I changed. It used to be Sugar Kowalczyk.
Polish?
Yes. I come from this musical family. My mother is a piano teacher, and my father was a conductor.
Where did he conduct?
On the Baltimore and Ohio.
Oh.
In an episode of The Monkees, Mickey Dolenz states that he's from Sandusky.
Pete! Hey, Pete! Hey, look, there's my bass drum I thought I lost.
Mickey, will you not worry about that? Will you look for pizza?
Man, I have. I can't find him.
And in the Poseidon Adventure, New York cop Mike Rogo's wife, Linda, is from Sandusky, but she doesn't like to talk about it.
Rogo?
Yeah.
Bring him down this way.
All right, everybody down this way. Come on, baby.
Oh, this is a bunch of... We're sinking and nothing's going to keep us from drowning.
Keep moving. It's right, Mrs. Rogo. There are air pockets all over this ship.
Air pockets?
When Charles Dickens passed through Sandusky in 1842, he described it as sluggish and uninteresting enough. But that's not the Sandusky of today. A walk through its downtown district is like a stroll through history. An annual lakeside retreat for thousands of vacationers, Sandusky is rich with architecture and structures that were built in the mid-late 19th century. In fact, Sandusky has 30 buildings listed on the National Historic Register. Although you won't find them on the Historic Register, Harborview Apartments and Viewpoint Apartments, two Sandusky affordable senior housing communities, can certainly be listed as two of Sandusky's primary resources. Both properties were owned and managed by the Sandusky Bay Kiwanis Club. In early 2004, NCR and Kiwanis partnered to transition the ownership of both properties from the Kiwanis to NCR. Because both organizations have similar missions of community service, it was an ideal match. Gene Ganetovic of the Sandusky Bay Kiwanis Club explains.
When we decided, first of all, that the project here at Viewpoint it became bigger than the Kiwanis Club, really. We were limited in our expertise of expanding the building and making the building grow. When we started searching for potential buyers for the building, if you would, we wanted to seek out somebody that basically had the same vision for Viewpoint as our Kiwanis Club did. We had a number of people that we had interviewed, and once we hit with National Church Resident, it was obvious that their vision statement paralleled ours perfectly. We could have sold this building to people in Dallas, Texas who wanted to put up a hotel. We had private investors who wanted to come in and take it and build a luxury high-rise or redo it as a luxury high-rise. But we're committed to taking care of the elderly in the city of Sandusky. And this basically is what NCR is professionals at doing. You know, I told the people at NCR, I said, you know, you people are doing something that we wanted to do. And I still predict that within 3 years, we're going to have a waiting list of 50 to 100 people wanting to move into this building.
For the city of Sandusky, the preservation of both buildings was a priority. In a city that values history and tradition, keeping its senior population intact was of utmost importance.
The demographics of Sandusky, for better or worse, have changed significantly. And the need for affordable senior housing is definitely going up in Sandusky. The Kiwanis identified that early with Viewpoint and Harborview. Other organizations have identified it, but nobody did it with this wonderful waterfront facility where you have a view of Cedar Point and the coal freighters coming in and the sailboats out on the lake and everything else that you have here at Viewpoint. It's just been a fantastic facility. I mean, I'm standing on the dock in full view of Cedar Point Amusement Park. I can turn around and see the coal docks, and on any given night you see the sailboat races and such out here. It's just an absolutely phenomenal place to be. This was really groundbreaking here, and it's been such a mainstay in Sandusky and such a beautiful and well-run facility that we hated to see it go downhill. And this is where National Church Residences came in. They've recapitalized the entire project. They've made sure that it's going to be a quality project from top to bottom, and we just couldn't be happier about it.
In 2007, the transition was completed, and NCR assumed ownership of Viewpoint while managing Harborview. NCR immediately began a $7 million renovation of Viewpoint Apartments, which hadn't seen significant updates in its 40-year history. The Viewpoint story continues today, and the building, like its residents, gets better with age.
If Viewpoint would have gone condo, I would not have a home. I've worked hard all of my life. I've raised a large family. And not all of us were very fortunate to have very high-paying jobs, to have income, or even have the availability to be able to save money. We never think at the time when we're younger and raising our families that we're going to be 60, 65, 70, 75 years old. You know, and all of a sudden that time comes. It's essential for us who do not have the income that Congress take note of this. And not that I want a handout. I don't want a handout. I do my share, you know, and I'm not embarrassed if I'm subsidized because I did work hard. And I'm very grateful for the service that the government or that the organizations that do come in and help us out, you know, with living quarters and that. I just think it's great. I'm very appreciative of that.
I would have been on the street, and I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have been too happy. We had nowhere to go. This is my income is very low, and we just love it here. We're treated wonderful here, and I'm tickled pink that it's like it is. Leave the seniors alone. Help them out. Do not shuffle them out of a place like this, because we have nowhere to go. And we deserve this. I mean, we paid our taxes, and we should have a place like this, which we do have, and we love it.